And for England to have a chance of winning this Test match, there'll need to be some more of that from him today, plus some excellent bowling also as backup from Angus Fraser and from Steve Watkin. This is the situation on the final day of this Cornhill Test match, the last day of the Ashes battle. The Australians won for no wicket, and that was in 4.2 overs. They really struggled yesterday evening in the score. Devon Malcolm is the bowler, and Mark Taylor is taking strike.
Michael Slater started off extremely well, 58 and 27 at Old Trafford, and that wonderful 100 at Lord's. 2 more minor contributions at Trent Bridge, good innings at Headingley. Timing like that. Outfield slowed, and Peter Such, I think, had given that up. It's a pity he did, because in the end the ball only just made it. Well, he's left it alone, or thought he had. He's been given. Huge shout. Slater can't believe it, but that's a big strike. And Steve Watkins, the man. Slater just could not believe that. Made every indication that he'd left the ball alone, certainly intended to, but he's gone, and Australia now 23 for 1. Michael Slater there is, well, just didn't even consider the appeal.
It was short of a length, bounced a little, followed him a bit, came back at him, tried to leave it. I would think it hit the end of his elbow, possibly. Interesting to look at that from another angle, but it certainly looked like angle. One of those that the umpire could have thought ran down the bat, but I think he got the bat behind his body. It probably caught the end of that arm pad that he's got on.
All you can say is it's the sort of delivery we've seen bowled from this pavilion in several times in the match. Fraser got a couple of wickets with it, so did Paul Rifle. And that's out! Gone at first ball. My word, what a start. Watkin on a hat-trick. Padding up, no shot. Boone looks. Umpire Mayer says you've got to go. Suddenly 23 for 2.
Well, maybe weren't such a marvellous first 3 or 4 Test matches. Some of the things have gone wrong the last 3 innings. I don't think he looked particularly happy there either. Well, that's got to be pretty close. Got to look for height as well. A tip below the knee, and it still caught him before he got the foot finishly planted down. He was still fractionally moving when that hit him.
Remember, he got across as well as forward, so he wasn't all that far in front of the crease. That's hurt. There's pain of all sorts being inflicted on Australia this morning.
Yes, that's the line that I said Devon Malcolm could bowl if he went round the wicket. It's difficult to bowl the line to tuck the left-hander up. Yes, 2 short men in there for the catchers. Won't be very pleasant. Well, I've had 1 or 2 of those, and they hurt. And the worst for right-handed batsmen, because your heart's on the left-hand side there, and it hurts a lot more there. I can tell you, it takes the breath away from you. He's a tough character, Taylor.
Well, that's unusual. And that 2 of England's best young fielders, Ramprakash and Hussain, missed it. Afraid. Oh, done him! 3 for him. Well, well, well. 30 for 3. And all 3 to Steve Watkin. Taylor now gone for 8.
Important things there. That's one of the left-handers gone as well. England have always struggled to bowl at the left-handers. Taylor's hung around a long time in this series. He's annoyed with himself. This is the reason why. Pitched about off the middle, a little inside edge as it was going back into the left-hander. Just got the inside edge and onto the stumps.
Super shot. And that's what Australia will be looking for now, just to break out of the shackles and just play a beautiful stroke. Perfect selection of what to play at and what to leave alone so far from Alan Border. So he moves on to 6, Mark Waugh's 11, 43 for 3.
Wide outside off stump is not going to trouble Mark Waugh. That's the good top spinner, and Mark Waugh failed to get a touch.
Oh, well run. Why do you want a quick single in this situation?
And Border has been all battling grit for his 17. The 3 reverses early on to Steve Watkin. Great performance from him to his challenger. And Alan Border, the Australian captain, is taking strike. And a shout and a gone. Malcolm has gone up. Stewart has gone up. Border has looked askance at umpire Mervyn Kitchen, and Australia have lost a wicket in the first over after lunch, 92 for 4.
Well, a couple of rarities there for Alan Border. Perhaps playing at one that could have let go. That's rare for Border to make a mistake like that, but also very rare for him to stand once he's been given out. Normally, once the umpire's finger goes up, he's on his bike. And that is probably Alan's last innings in England as a Test player. Court Stewart bowled Malcolm for 17, and Australia back in the mire at 92 for 4.
Steve Waugh, the new.
Very good effort by Nasser Hussain if he got to this one on the full. Made a lot of ground. Bowler certainly thought that he got there in time.
Threw him for pace.
Steve Waugh, especially early in his innings, susceptible around about off stump.
In the air, and it's out. Yes, well bowled by Malcolm. He gave Mark Waugh that one and tested him with the bouncer. And Ram Prakash is the man positioned precisely for that. 2 men behind square leg. Sometimes the traps don't work, sometimes they do, and that was a case of one working with perfection. 1 short of a half century for Mark Waugh.
That's the second Australian batsman in a row walking off, shaking his head. Alan Border was walking off, shaking his head. Not so much at the shot that he played as the decision. But on this occasion, it's Mark Waugh trying to fathom out how he made a mistake. And I think his problem was that he was trying to get it behind square. Once again, that's...
You get 4 for that. There's a no ball.
Goes for it. Matthew Maynard catches it. A really good catch. Well, that catch was not at all easy. Ian Healy trying to hook top edge, flew high. It was a sprint. And getting a good view of the ball over the shoulder is really a difficult business, caught Maynard Boldwock in 5.
Now this is a brilliant catch. Matthew Maynard's absolutely flat out when he's running here. When you're going that way and it's coming over your head, really has to make some ground there. That's beautifully taken. Good judgment.
Well, that's a good line, and it's going to be tough out there for Merv Hughes. Well, Devon Malcolm was appealing, but he was absolutely on his own.
Steve Waugh was rubbing his shoulder.
Devon Malcolm always comes out with his hands up. Good shot. Watkin. That's a fine shot. Just a little bit of width, not quite the length, and Steve Waugh launches into that one. It's caught him. No, he hasn't. Oh, it's well bowled.
I reckon he got a touch to that. The skipper, Michael Atherton, Hughes is going to get 2 for it. Just about brushed his fingers, I reckon. He's gone across there when Fraser moved to round the wicket. Oh, that's brilliantly bowled. Great Yorker, first up from Devon Malcolm. Well, that's the first good Yorker I've seen him bowl in a considerable time at the bowling crease in this match, and it was a cracker.
Yes, we mentioned that in the first innings, Richard. We were talking about how he used to bowl a good Yorker, going back a few years. With Richard once or twice with that Yorker. And I don't think really that Steve Waugh expected that first ball to be up there. Brilliantly bowled. He couldn't have bowled it better. Right up there. You see, Steve Waugh's on his way back. I think he quite expected to be short of a length. That's a tremendous piece of bowling there by Devon Malcolm.
Paul Rifle is the man coming out now to join Merv Hughes. I think it got him on the side of the visor. And he doesn't look to be in very good shape. It's going to hurt getting the helmet on, you can be sure of that. But it actually, I think it got him half on the head and half on the helmet. Oh no, for Merv. He's fallen 1 short of his 1,000 runs in Test cricket. But the bonus for England is that Angus Fraser has taken the wicket. Hughes out for 12. He's 1 run away from becoming the 8th Australian ever to take 100 wickets and make 1,000 runs in Test match cricket. Wicket to Angus Fraser, and it's 143 for 8.
Also, I think a wicket there to Mike Atherton. He brought that man in 10-15 yards and stopped him. He made a cross on the field where he wanted him. It went straight down his throat. So the bluff and double bluff worked for England there. But credit to the captain, he got the man in exactly the right spot. Didn't have to move. Just thank you very much. Good captaincy.
New batsman is Shane Warne. Alex Stewart will chase. Paul Rifle is off the mark.
Almost an uppercut.
Lovely ball. That's what I meant. Get him on the back foot, that quick arm action.
Jeffrey, you'd have made a great fast bowler. You think like one.
I had to think how they were going to bowl at me often. They were usually trying to knock your block off half the time, and the other time just trying to get you out.
Wonder how it gets through. Don't think it carried.
Well, that's a real nasty.
There's 4 more. So runs careering on for what difference they'll make. Keep going out of the middle. Oh dear. That might be out. Oh, he got hands to it. That would have been a sensational catch.
Yes, you can't afford to go to sleep down at third man when Shane Warne's batting. 50 partnership. I say all these later order batsmen can all bat for Australia, and they're making these England bowlers work hard.
.200. Got it. Caught and bowled. Fraser has done it. He's broken that partnership after Rifle and Warne have added 74. Now only 1 wicket stands between England and a victory here at the Oval.
That's the one that England wanted. They were just beginning to get a little bit anxious. Still not over yet. Tim May showing the first innings. He can hang around a while. So they've got to keep the concentration there, keep going.
Shane Warne still at it, and well, he played a reverse of that shot after it had gone by. It was almost as though it was involuntary. It might be out. Oh, dear me, just short. Big Bill is given in, that's it. Fraser's done it, and England win their first Test match against Australia in 18 attempts, and their first one against anybody since Headingley last year. Fraser the man. Atherton, successful captain in only his second Test match. The drought has been broken. Michael Atherton. Very much a revamped England side have come through and won the match.
That is a terrific performance from the England bowlers. Australia could manage only 229. The runs didn't matter very much. It was just a question, could they hold out? And the answer was no. Rifle and Warne did very well. They were not out at tea, and Rifle had a personal best of 42, Shane Warne 37, and the other innings of note, Mark Waugh, just one away from a half-century. 229 for Australia. The bowling figures, wonderful effort there from Malcolm. 20 overs, 3 maidens, 3 for 84. Watkin, 4 for 65. And Fraser, to add to the 5 wickets he took in the first innings, 3 for 44 from 19.1 overs and 5 maidens. So the match, well, it was an extraordinary game. Another wonderful game of cricket here at the Oval. England 380 and 313, Australia 303 and 229. Victory for England by 161 runs. Australia won the series 4-1 and retained the Ashes. Our man of the match was Angus Fraser. What a wonderful comeback for him. There'll be a lot of people in England and Australia delighted at that. Great performance from Angus Fraser. Men of the series, Shane Warne took 34 wickets. He was the Australian player of the series, and a wonderful bowling effort from a fine young bowler, the best young leg spinner I've seen in all the time I've been watching. And Graham Gooch made 673 runs. Not bad for one of the older players around, and he made them in sterling fashion.
It was a tough day's